All right. Well, I think I'm live. Still not really sure. Kind of waiting for it to kick on here. Huh. I'm not seeing it. It says I'm recording. It says I'm streaming. Everything says it's okay. But I'll be damned if I can find this. Okay. Let me try this one more time. There we go. Okay. So I'm trying to make sure I got audio, video, and all that good stuff. I'm trying to see where my little window for. Boy, I tell you, when things go wrong, you go mess. Anyways, where I left off was groups and people. So in round two, I was talking about the blue room and how this is used for meetings with specific groups of people and specific reasons. Kind of, it's just, I don't know what you would call it, but specific groups of people that has specific purpose, trying to um, it's trying to establish something. So I think what I should do is here we have these groups working to establish something. Well, let's see what they're trying to establish. Let's see what the negotiation is. What are they trying to negotiate? I mean, do we actually have anything that anybody else would want? To make in reference to a book a long time ago by one of my authors that I really enjoyed, where a single individual negotiated maple syrup um, to uh, different species and used that to, basically allow him to attain what he needed, which was basic anti-gravity and particular aspects of science that the Earth didn't have at the time after a cataclysmic biological event, which we have several coming, and we've been through a couple. So it's amazing how it really is amazing how science fiction comes to life in weird ways. So Heinlein, uh, Niven, uh, God, the old school. I'm trying to remember. H.G. Wells. Um, I mean, the list goes on, man. All these guys had grandiose visions of science fiction, which turned out to be science fact. So I can't imagine, I may not be on top of what's going on and I might not have it right, but if um, if I'm correct, wow, if I'm correct, uh, then that'd be cool. But let's see what they were negotiating over, because we as a species don't have a lot other than war. Very, very good at war. So we're going to change this to number three. 45 there. Now, I tell you what, this will be the last one, I promise you. I know it's kind of boring, but you've got that exciting picture in the far corner of the music I'm listening to. As you can see, that just goes to prove that we are very good at war. Um, that's the first thing I want to look at is the negotiation. This is not a negotiation for extracting something or gaining something. This is to gain something specific from this individual. They're trying to gain something from this individual. This individual basically is under attack. And while he's under attack and has no recourse, these guys are not enjoying the response. So it's kind of a tit for tat. So I'm not gonna worry about this one. This is not important to me. This is just standard military protocol. So that goes away. Okay. So now we're going to go to this one. Okay. And this is kind of what I feel like this is all about. So we have a group over here of many, and I mean many, right? So not only do you have the group that's here in contact with, but we also have groups, all around. So the question is one, who are they, and why? What are they trying to get out of this? So, as far as the blue room goes, I don't understand how or why this is so important to the aspect. But you have a bunch basically negotiating with these guys. One of the things we do have is people. Okay? We have a lot of people. We have food stock, minerals, labor. We have these things we have in spades. Um, but I literally I don't see, except for some of the food stock, which again, like the maple syrup from that book, is some of these guys like. Only some of the minerals that we have, and our labor is. I just see this as a non-issue. I mean, they can they can make their own drones. So I mean, why have us do anything other than our specialized skill? So now we're down to food stocks and minerals. Where tech is, I think the tech is what we're looking for. Tech, and for whatever reason, I'm looking at slipstream tech to where we're something is carried through in between two waves. Now I don't know what that means, and I don't know what this slipstream diagram illustrates. It's just that the tech that they're looking for means or needs to be a certain size, and it has a function to go between plates. Now, it's not question where the plates. The plates are, I mean, are they physical plates? Are they material plates? Are they plates of, are they boundary layers? Boundaries. So they're boundary layers. So boundary layers. So the most picture I can get out of this is we have uh, the physical science has a unified code. The code is where we have sets of rules, and it looks like this is kind of like a cheat code for a one of the universal codes, right? So here's the universal code: thou shalt. Thou. How the hell do you spell thou? Oh, there it is. Okay. Thou shalt not go faster than light. Uh, Pick yourself up. All right. So these are the shell knots. Go faster than light. Okay. So warp drive. Warp drive is just a basic. I want to go faster than the speed of light, and I'd like to get to the next solar system before the Earth dies. And the Earth will die fairly shortly. So a faster than light warp drive would be really cool. I mean, let's looking at Star Trek. That'd be a great concept. So if you're going to negotiate for something, that would be a hell of a negotiation. Hey, I'd like to go to the Andromeda star system and take a quick peek. So I think that would definitely be that would be a good one to negotiate for. I'm trying to. Is it Alcubera? The Can't remember who's working on the warp drive now. They have a system in place that looks like it's going to be testable here in short order. So that would be interesting. So if I was going to negotiate for this, I don't know what you would have other than people and food stuff. I don't know what you would have that we could offer. I mean, what would be worth warp drive? So that would be an interesting one. Anti gravity. Anti gravity would solve all of the world's power needs. I mean, there would be no. You could literally make a battery out of a 100-ton block. If you had anti-gravity, you turn it on for 10 minutes, raise the block 10 feet, and then drop it while it's being tied to a chain and have the chain go through a friggin' motor. So the motor picks up the energy from the 100-ton block falling to the ground. How much energy would it produce compared to the amount of energy that the anti-gravity device would provide? To me, that would be something to look at. The question is did they actually get that one? Because that one's a no-brainer. Again, that's just a simple tweak to the existing code that we have. We have a code in place that says gravity pulls down, and they don't even understand how this works, but it works to pull everything to the center of the world. Why did that work? I mean, is the gravity just a form of energy, or is it a form of one of these days I'll have to actually take a look to see what gravity is. So that's a this is a cheap and easy one. I could see us actually getting some response to the anti-gravity, unless we're going to use it as a weapon. If we use it for a weapon, then all bets are off. So, did they actually get that one? Yeah, it's funny. The slipstream one, where'd it go? The slipstream one, where they can actually they're looking to get the ability to go and from others. So this is channel slipstream. So this I've seen in use. And I mean, I'm not much of a remote viewer, but this current point A to point B slipstream thing is seems to be in use. I don't know if it's theirs or ours. I don't know whose it is. It's somebody, and that would be cool. Um, so now the question is, did they actually succeed in negotiating to get a limited form of the slipstream and the anti-gravity? Um, how are these guys deciding what we get as far as information? This one I think would cause too much trouble, the time scale. And unfortunately, I think that's tied to some of the engines because when you look at the engines on some of the vehicles that these guys run, it seems that there's sort of a time discontinuity. Now, I don't know if that's also part of the slipstream, but there is a time discontinuity that would cause effects there. And I don't know if the Philadelphia experiment is real. I mean, I can't remember if took a look at it, but the Philadelphia experiment with the people morphing into the walls and just massive things causing trouble. Now it makes me wonder if that's why we don't have some of this stuff because of that particular issue. So again, you throw enough people at a problem, and they usually tend to sticking to the walls and underneath things, and kind of makes a mess. So I don't think the negotiations went terrible. I think they sold enough goods to these guys or something to these guys in order for them to give us a small amount of what we were looking for. So to me, it feels like the negotiations on our side were successful because we got something that they said we could have. While it wasn't a great amount, these guys got a deal, which was one of these options, and I'm not quite sure how that works out. Considering how long these guys have been here and what their goal is, which, and depending on the size and the quantity of different aspects here, I'm not sure what the goal is. But they've been here a long time, and I don't understand how we even have a leg to stand on other than, selling resources. Um, the amount of individuals watching, though, is huge. The amount of representatives is much smaller, very contained. There's a pretty sizable size difference on some of these guys. So you've got very tall and very small, very aggressive and not aggressive. I don't understand if this is a unified group or just a group of, with all the different aspects in there. So now we go to the aspect of, okay, so they're meeting with other in the blue room. They're meeting with the other representatives. They're, I don't know what we call it. They're negotiating with other individuals along with interrogating individuals. So my question is the one that they're interrogating, the individual, or I must have erased him, whoever that individual was, why are they, well, I mean, aside from trying to figure out what and who, uh, why are they, I mean, why not go to the source, right? It'd be interesting. Anyways, there's just something about this that's just bugging me, and I can't figure out what it is. Um, you guys have any comments or want me to look at a particular aspect, I can. The This feels off. I don't know why. Something's wrong with this scenario. Why would anybody do this? So any uh any thoughts on it, let me know. I'm gonna I'm gonna wrap this one up and erase it, or not erase it, wrap it up and bundle it up, but I just something's wrong, something's off. The type of individuals that I see negotiating don't make sense. So that'd be kind of cool to see where this is at, because I have several blue rooms, several areas that this is happening at, and it'd be nice to know why. Why are there different blue rooms? So, all right. Yeah, I still don't know why I should be looking at it either. So I'm sure there's probably a reason, but for the life of me, I cannot figure out what. So, all right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys have a good day.